How's it, homies? I'm Kevin Pitt. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Bushwhacked. This morning, we're in the South African bush, in the far north of the country. I don't want to speak too loud because we're also out in the wilderness right now. I'm hoping to do some tracking. While I was drinking my coffee about 15 minutes ago, I could hear the hyenas calling. I'm thinking I can pick up some tracks this morning. So, who is Kevin Pitt? That's quite the story. I'm sure we'll get over that over the next few episodes. As soon as I get over my anxiety of being on camera and talking in front of all these people who I can't even see right now, which is crazy. Come on, boys. Oh, let me introduce you to my furry friends for the day. This is Blue. Blueski. What's up, buddy? And then Loki Lokes. Loke, come say hi. People want to see the pretty puppies. They don't kill me. Come on. So who is Kevin Pitt? British born and raised, served in the American Army for almost 18 years. A decade of that as a decorated Green Beret. Then I became a professional wildlife conservationist. Moved to Africa and Asia. Became a professional tracker of man and wildlife. I guess, and women too. You can track anything essentially. And then yeah, now I'm a professional tour and safari company owner as well. So wearing lots of hats, but having a good time. Oh, look at this. This is something I've got to work on. Talking away to the camera for this damn vlog, paying zero attention to what's around me and the wildlife this morning. I'm meant to be looking for giraffes and the hyena. Let's go see what we can find. What'd you smell, Lucky? Well, the first thing I thought about for this YouTube channel was like, I'll go out for a morning walk and walk the dogs and film it. And the first thing I'm discovering is, for whatever reason, my dogs are being a pain in the ass. Like, they've lost all decorum or how to walk on a leash this morning. It's like, oh hey, Dad's talking, he's got something in his hand. Let's just wrap him up as much as possible. There are some giraffe tracks though. They look old. These guys are heading that way. So this channel is going to be about the adventures of Kevin Pitt. I spend a lot of time traveling around Africa. I spend a fair amount of time traveling Asia. I still train US Special Operations. I train anywhere from 5 to about 1,000 wildlife rangers a year, specializing in the anti-poaching field, so the boots on the ground. I'm a professional wildlife conservationist, so I'm also involved in rhino dehornings, elephant collarings, you name it, walking pangolins. Yeah, and I'm also a safari tour company operator, so right now I'm busy learning how to run a safari tour company while simultaneously looking for these damn giraffe. So as we walk along this morning, please forgive me if I keep looking down. It's not disinteresting in the audience. I'm actually tracking. I can show you what I'm looking at right now, for example. Tracks on the road tell me what's going on. You can tell a zebra's been laying right there. Lots of dog tracks. So as we keep tracking down along here, I'll stop if I find anything cool. I've already passed a couple of snake tracks I didn't stop for, which was silly. As we move forward with this YouTube progression, I'm in it to win it. I'm running it as a business. I've actually been a member of YouTube since 2006, I discovered. I remember when YouTube first came out, YouTube 1.0, and my friend got me to sign up for it. And I've been on it ever since. I've even been a premium member now I've been a premium member as long as you can be a premium member. So I pay for content to watch stuff with no ads. So I'm interested in seeing what people have to do. So it's time for people to see what I do. What I do when I do. I can smell giraffes. It's like a very interesting. Something's come down the road here. The dogs are super interested in the smell. I've actually got these little drops. I'm guessing someone's gone to the water hole, walking down the road with water dropping from their face. Let's go see if we can find it. Come on, guys. So this channel is going to be unique. Everyone says, find your niche, find your niche. I don't need to find a niche. I am niches. As a former US Army Special Forces veteran, we have the whole breakdown of military videos, how to pass selection, what it's like being Special Forces. More importantly, what does it mean to be a warrior and to be a warrior? A lot of people can try and be a warrior, but not everyone is a warrior. That's some deep shit only warriors will get. We're going to talk about wildlife conservation, one of my other biggest passions in the world. As a professional conservationist, trying to save endangered species, the biggest thing has been awareness and raising awareness for the problem. I've always been on the ground, side by side with the rangers, people in the mud helping that way. I think now with this platform and the way YouTube's going in 2025, I can make some sweeping impacts of this. Oh, damn it! I just thought I saw another giraffe and another branch. It's because I'm trying to watch the camera and not fully focus on what we're doing. Let's talk tracking for a second, shall we? So I'm a professional tracker, taking courses in man tracking in the military and my civilian life here. Been absolutely blessed to work with some of the best trackers in the business in Africa. A pretty good man tracker, pretty good wildlife tracker, above average I'd say. So this morning, I'll do what I do every morning, walking the dogs through the bush, doing my tracking. But I don't know if you can notice, it's an unusually grey morning in South Africa. It's usually very bright, blue and hot by now. We also have the sun rising in the east. And as the sun comes out the east, that morning light starts to make the angle, we start to get shadows on the tracks. So shadows fall on the tracks, and I can suddenly see the tracks in the road come alive. This morning, because we have grey sky and no sunlight, given that shadow, we have what we call like almost flat conditions. So it's like fishing for those of you that fish. Fishing without polarized glasses right now is what it feels like. I can see tracks, but not really popping. Especially trying to find something as soft-footed as the leopard. That's a bit struggling. Okay, just made a new discovery. While it is cute to come out and walk with the dogs and do this channel, they are what I would call ordinary little bastards, and they're kind of making it hard to do what I was planning to do, which is get down in the dirt and track, kind of point out some of these cool things in the bush, because they keep pulling me everywhere. So unfortunately guys, I think you're being left home tomorrow. Where are the giraffes? Where are the leopards? Nothing, huh? Oh my god. I am feeling... my current mood is feeling frustrated, which is unfortunate because usually I have such nice morning walks with my dogs. Current mood is feeling a little frustrated. I have such peaceful, nice morning walks with the dogs. I get to just quietly walk through the bush, focus on my morning mental health, which is a huge important part of being in the bush, excuse me, which wraps me up with the leash, so I've got to do a little spin like this. I think in the future, what I thought was going to be super cute to bring the dogs along for the vlog, for the YouTube, isn't going to work. It's not that they're bad dogs, but they're very smell driven. So one of them will pull to one side of the trail, another one will go the other way. I get stuck in the leash, and I've got to unwrap myself. Just a whole bunch of cat. Still no giraffes. There's that giraffe smell. Come on. Alright, I want to cover some distance this morning and get home in time for breakfast and coffee. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up a little jog and try and cover some distance. Let's go boys, come on. Let's find some giraffes. Where I live right now, we have at least, I think somewhere between the 7 to 10 range of leopards in just this little block here. In the entire area, we're in a couple of thousands. We have 2,500 lions in this area alone, so the leopards are pretty high. Ooh, little tortoises across the road here. I would show you, but the tracks are crap. Let's talk danger. My favorite thing. Danger, danger, danger. But for real, let's talk danger. I live in the African bush. Even walking the dogs this morning, potential dangers. We have lots of leopards. It's not common for leopards to attack dogs, especially when they're with her. Let's talk danger. First off, everyone thinks leopard. Leopards will definitely take the dogs on their own at home. If we left the doors open, the dogs are in the yard at night, and a leopard thinks it can get in and kill them and get out, it will. Chances of a leopard attacking me with the dogs on walk, slim. Now if we bumped into a leopard cub, it's not a leopard track, if we bumped into a leopard cub, then the mother would come to defend the cub, then we'd be in trouble. Next up we have the spotted hyena. Big bitches. We've got some big spotted hyenas here. I saw one recently that I thought was a baby hippo. It was, at a distance, it was that big. One of my friends actually had a working dog killed by a big hyena while they were on track of poachers. Hyena came out, killed the dog before they could do anything. So it's something that's on my mind. They could appear one morning. They might defend a kill, or there's some weird reasons it could happen. So some of my biggest threats when I walk the dogs in the morning are not what you may think. I think the biggest threat to us is actually the giraffes, which is what we're looking for right now. So where I live, the giraffes are what we call habituated. So they're used to humans. They're always in our yard. They're used to vehicles. What you get then is a very, very big animal that has no fear of people. So you can get very close to them, and they choose to get very close to you. When that happens with the dogs on the leash, if they were to lash out, suddenly it becomes a huge, dangerous issue, I gotta find one of these monsters this morning. You'll kind of see what I'm dealing with. The next biggest threat I've had, definitely the warthogs. Well, it's not gonna eat the dog. Once again, defensively, they'll come up, charge the dog, gore it, and now I'm in the mix fighting the warthog as well. So I get gored, the dogs get gored. I have to take revenge and kill the pig with a spear. It just takes up a whole bunch of my day. Oh my god, these flies are terrible. It is 6:15 in the morning. It's got to be 90% humidity. And these biting flies, if you can't see, all over me and the dogs, are starting to get on my nerves. So we're going to start heading back to the house right now. I've got about a couple of miles to walk back. Surprised there's no giraffes. Tracks everywhere. Look at the road. There's a giraffe track. There's some more down the middle of the road. So we're going to walk around all this morning looking for giraffes. I'll get back to my house. I'll be standing in my yard next to the motorbike. I'm very interested when I get back to the house to check out the audio of the video this morning. I just purchased these DJI mic minis. I'm trying an external microphone, not just the regular GoPro, so you can hear me. By force of habit, I'm talking loud enough and clearly enough for you, the audience, to hear me. But it's much louder than I want to speak in the morning when I'm tracking wildlife. So I'm really hoping the mics pick up good audio, so tomorrow or in the future I can bring the talking level down much more. I missed the interaction. I was embarrassed to be filming and catch someone filming me in the bush, but one of my friends just pulled up from EWT, which is the Endangered Wildlife Trust. He's out here right now driving around tracking a pack of wild dogs. So here I am getting mad at my dogs this morning because they keep wrapping up the leash and just acting weird. I actually feel bad for shouting at them. It's because they can smell a pack of apex canine killers. So let's discuss the wild dog threat to us. So while they are a pack of canines, much like wolves, but they're not wolves, they don't pose a threat to us on leash. I think at the most they might kind of stand and nip at us, which would be absolutely amazing. They're one of the rarest canine species in the world. There's only around 400 in our area, if that. So yeah, the painted wolf, absolutely gorgeous, one of my favorites. Walking the dogs is important, but if I didn't have the dogs right now, I would be tracking the wild dog pack and trying to find them. Still no giraffes. So the search continues. Never found the hyena either. Giraffe tracks. We're going to come out and do much more tracking for this channel. I'm going to be able to show much more accurately how it's done. This just grey weather today. No light, no shadow. But it's pretty. Not sure if you can hear that. Sounds like lions roaring in the distance. It's not. It's my belly. That's my belly roaring. That means one thing. Time for breakfast. So one of the challenges of tracking African wild dog, for those of you that don't know, it's not a African dog that is wild, like a feral dog. It's an actual wild species of canid, much like the wolf in Europe and the Americas. This is the African apex predator for the canines. But anywhere else we track them in the park, it's much easier to follow them, because then we have big cat tracks, hyena tracks, and then you have a canine is going to be the wild dog, much smaller than the jackal. So you can be like, okay, we're following wild dogs. Where I live, I'm not the only person that has human dogs, non-wild pet dogs, and their tracks are very similar. So this morning, when we passed the wild dog tracks, I just didn't realize they were wild dogs. Yeah, there's probably the hardest place to track wild dogs is where I live, because people walk their dogs. It's all starting to make sense in my head now. So I haven't seen any wildlife this morning. Haven't seen the giraffe, haven't seen the wildebeest, the zebra, the impala, all gone. It is ghost town this morning. Just, you can hear turtle doves, and that's it. So these wild dogs have definitely got everything on edge. I think all the prey species have made for the hills for the morning. Oh God, I'd be so happy if the African wild dogs would just come back this way and run through the estate. Oh, giraffe have been here. Let me show you. See all the tracks on the ground there. They've been laying down here. All right. We're getting close. You can tell I'm getting close because we find stuff like this. Giraffe poo. I found the wild dog tracks. So the wild dogs are actually crossed behind me. There's a dam over here. So they've come through the dam. And they've actually crossed the road here, going left to right over the road. And these here are wild dog tracks. I can see them at a trot. There's one more over here. So you can see where they've crossed the road this morning, hunting through, heading towards the fence line over here. I'm missing all these interactions I should be filming. I just bumped into another one of my friends who's also out tracking the wild dogs this morning. It's quite funny. Everyone's out looking. Good morning.
Okay.
There's wild dogs around.
Yeah, we saw them.
You did? Awesome. Yeah, I just picked up the tracks where they crossed through, but I haven't actually seen them this morning. How many were there? Oh, big pack. And from the dam, I could see all the water on the road where they literally drank and hauled ass through.
Brilliant. Yeah, it's fantastic. No, we were setting up to do a bit of a shoot there, and I was like, I looked and I'm not wearing my glasses. Like, it's a wild dog.
That's not a bad morning. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been around. The dogs were acting, my dogs act so great on leash, and this morning they were acting like little turds, wrapping me up. I'm like, what is your freaking issue? I even filmed it shouting like, what is your issue this morning? This is the issue, they can smell the dogs. So yeah, have a good drive, guys.
Lekker, enjoy.
Word. This is why I love living where I live. I live in a hub of wildlife conservation. Not just wildlife conservation, passionate people that love the wilderness and wildlife conservation. So it's like 6:30 in the morning. Word has gone out like, hey, endangered wild dogs hunting on the estate. And now all these like passionate Afrikaans people are out trying to get their photos for the morning. I love it. And even the interactions I get to have in the bush of genuine bumping into my friends with the same passion as me, looking for the same things. It's like adult Pokemon. It's adult Pokemon. Today we're tracking Pokemon giraffe. Over you go. Come on, don't drink that. Come on. Get out, come on. We have some big reticulated pythons here. I've actually seen one of the bigger ones I've seen in this little body of water. He was a good 12-15 feet. I actually know a lady that wrestled a python last year to save her dog, so definitely don't want to be fighting a python before breakfast. After breakfast, fucking bring it. Before breakfast, nah son. No wild dogs, no giraffe. Not even warthogs this morning. The wild dogs as predators are absolutely amazing. So they're endurance predators. They basically just run through the property, get everything up and moving, and then whatever is unlucky enough to have them lock onto, they'll just keep following it until they get it. Or they run them into the fence here, kill them on the fence. Alright, I'm hungry. I need coffee. We almost found wild dog. We didn't find giraffe. We might see warthogs on the way home. But yeah, let's head back. Let's wrap up our first vlog for the morning. You can be happy with this. Got good mic, good audio. I feel much better from when I started. I'm sure you can tell. So for anyone that kind of gritted through my start, thank you. It will only get better from here on out. So as you can tell right now, I'm out of the wilderness that surrounds where I live. And now I'm walking back through the streets to the house. I live in like a really unique place, like I said. The animals walk freely around, the predators walk freely around. So while I'm not in the wilderness, I am walking back surrounded by wilderness too. So we can bump into wildlife just like we do out in the greenbelt, right here by the house. So even though I'm back in the neighborhood, back on tarmac, walking by houses, just as much likelihood of bumping into wildlife here. So all the prey likes to eat all the gardens. There's lots of flowers and aloes and yummy stuff to eat. And where there's prey, there's predators. So the hyenas and leopards and snakes also like to hunt around the houses. But like I said, word is out this morning, the wild dogs are here, and it seems like all the prey have making themselves scarce. Come on. Remember I mentioned the humidity earlier? It's definitely gone up some, even though I'm getting very, very hot on this walk home. Poor puppy dogs are tanked. I'm like, oh my god, Dad. Wasn't that long ago, the dogs were super tired, dragging their feet. Like, oh Dad, we can't walk. Too hungry. Now we're getting closer to the house. Suddenly it's like, we're good enough to walk really, really fast. This has been a productive morning, I'm not gonna lie, for the first YouTube vlog. I feel much better by the end of this, and that's the goal overall, to improve my ability to present and speak on camera in a charismatic way. So my company Wildworks as well. Oh my god, I barely even mentioned that. We talked about conservation and veterans and what it means to be in the bush. We haven't even scratched the surface on Wildworks, because that's who I am. Kevin of Wildworks, the wild. Oh, here we go, piggies. You see the family of warthogs there? So these guys will give us problems in the morning. Alright, so unfortunately the camera died before we got back to the house. Right after we found the warthogs for the morning, it went ahead and died. So lessons learned, I need to carry more GoPro batteries with me in the morning on these adventures. So now I'm back at the house, the dogs are exhausted, I need breakfast, they need breakfast. I hope you like this video, many more to come, and they're only going to get better. So please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching Kevin Pip on the Bushwhack channel.